Look at them. Oh, yeah. Look at the, oh, they're like rainbow trout. Oh shit, yeah. So I didn't have 10 cents to get fish food. So I just picked up some banana bread and that's what I'm feeding them. I think they like it. I don't want to touch them. Oh yeah, oh they eat your fingers. I think they like banana bread. So I'm here at Mohonk Mountain and I'm just taking a look at some of their plants. And this is right outside of their lobby. And I wonder if this is a similar situation to where I was at recently, which was the, I can't remember the name of the gardens that I was just at. Okey-dokey. Hey there, good morning. Is it okay if we film your hands? Sure. Okay, thanks. Thank you, really appreciate it. Hey there, so I'm eating breakfast here at Mohonk Mountain House and it is their 150th anniversary. I wasn't actually really aware of what Mohonk was. My dad has come here to hike and he told me that I must actually get out here myself because it is so beautiful. And I can't even tell you how gorgeous the setting is here. It is just like so exquisite because this place is 150 years old. So it was built in the 1800s, which means it has some pretty old stuff, but it's been upkept extremely well and is still owned by the same family, which is the Smileys, which I'm not going to get into the history of this place, but it has a pretty amazing history of how the Smileys had been involved in some cutting edge cultural things, you know, since the very beginning. So I'm excited to see the gardens. I don't really know what to expect, however, but the gardens have been a part of Mohonk Mountain since the very beginning because the founders were really intent in having some beautiful gardens. So we're going to check them out today.
The structure we're looking at right now is called the East Portico.
Okay.
And this was actually the original entrance when people were brought in through horse and carriage. So they'd come through here and they would have a beautiful view of the lake. But now the front entrance is on the other side of the house.
Let's look at some of the plants here because a lot of these are obviously not hardy.
Right. Most of the bedding I do is not hardy plant material, it's tender. It doesn't necessarily mean it's an annual either.
Yeah.
So our first example here is the bird of paradise, which is a classic.
Beautiful strelitzia.
I love using strelitzias in the garden because when I need to put in some tropicals, it's just instant gratification.
Right.
And I need big plants for big structures. It's about proportion.
When you start to think about like when you're planting and you say, yeah, you have this big structure right here, it's a no-brainer to start. Do you like to start with the centerpiece and then kind of build around it? Is that how your mind works?
I have to start from the back and work my way in.
Yeah.
Because otherwise I'm stepping on other things.
So you got some bromeliads in here, you got some
bromeliads,
cyperius,
papyrus,
yeah.
And some castor beans.
Which I didn't, you know, these are amazing. I had no idea what these were.
They're not in their true glory. They get much larger than that. And I was a little late in the game planting them.
This is the one that I stopped and like gawked at, the epiphyllum right here. That seems to be, it's gonna go and bloom pretty soon.
They flower tonight, and they flower in the evening. Epiphyllum oxypetalum, I believe, is the species of this. So it's with the epiphyllum, so epiphyte. Yeah. But here I have it planted in the ground, and all I do is just not water it. Because it's so ungainly to keep in a pot. Yeah. So literally we cram it, it doesn't tip over and fall, and we'll bring it back inside before it freezes. And it blooms for us all summer.
Is this a climbing hydrangea? Is that what they're called?
This one, yeah.
Okay.
This climbing hydrangea.
And these are hardy?
That's a hardy hydrangea, yeah.
And now a lot of these are in pots, so a little bit more easier to move.
Right, this is more manageable sized plants. Right now we're standing by the koi fountain, and this is where I take the opportunity to have a little more of an intimate experience with design and with plants. And I like to utilize a lot of houseplants because they have great foliage. And we're looking somewhat of a northeastern exposure. The sun loops around and then it goes on the back. And soon there'll be no sun here as the days get shorter. So I can get away with some of these things. So like a classic Dracaena or begonias love it here. And the clivias love the summer out here. And they'll stay out here until almost the first frost, and then I'll drag them in. Because that's what initiates that flower spike for them. And then pure neglect.
And then you have some ferns, the aspleniums here. Is this a streptocarpus?
A generic streptocarpus hybrid, which I do not remember the name of. A little tattered.
But doing well.
Begonia griffin.
I was wondering what kind of begonia. I'm not really good with the cultivars of begonias, but I was really late to the begonia game.
Begonias are challenging.
Schlumbergeras?
Yeah, this one, you can't see the full glory of it.
Oh, wow, it's huge.
Inherited from our previous greenhouse manager, her great aunt. So this thing has to be like 70 plus years old.
Oh my God, that's phenomenal.
It's amazing. It's an atomic clock when this thing flowers for us. It's always around New Year's Day. It's at its full glory, and I stick it up in the hotel for everyone to enjoy.
Amazing.
So it loves its summer vacation out here. Not a full sun cactus. It will burn.
These are great.
Beautiful foliage.
And you said you had these flower for you at some point.
I have pictures of them on my phone flowering.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
This is an Amorphophallus. The species is konjac. And this is actually one leaf, right?
Yeah.
It's all it is. And it will go dormant probably September, October. It'll start to yellow, die, and then all I do is put it in the greenhouse, tip it on the side, and it'll wake up when it wants to wake up.
Do you fertilize these guys?
I use the koi water.
Okay.
So there's probably something.
You're doing something right.
Some sort of fertilizer in that.
Thanks, koi.
In the greenhouse, I'm sure there's some sort of feed on them. Cymbidiums, they love the summer out here as well.
Another begonia.
I believe this is Begonia immense.
Wouldn't know.
Anyway, again, not really at its full glory. You see a little burn happening because the sun hits it a little too hard in the morning, but it'll grow out of it.
Is this a plectranthus or which one is this?
It is a plectranthus.
It is, okay.
The variety is Nicoletta.
Okay.
I would use it more as a landscape item than an interior thing.
Is this a solanum?
It's a Brugmansia, angel's trumpet, and it is in the Solanaceae family.
Okay.
So, what else? What's the last thing?
Caliphas.
Acaleipha.
Yeah.
Don't enjoy our winter time so much. They don't like the short day lengths.
But not many of these. The plumerias are great. I also saw one in your greenhouse.
Yeah, the plumerias. Again.
Somebody says they make a good houseplant, but I've never grown them.
They are quite hideous for me in the winter months. They defoliate.
Yes.
I don't know.
Yeah. I have a lot of plants that are like that are just like swollen stems, and then.
Yeah, I just kind of ignore them.
Yeah.
They hang out, and then when they want to wake up, they wake up.
Yeah.
Dahlias. This is a fun plant. Have you ever grown this?
This is another solanum, right?
Solanum.
Yeah.
Quitoense. Quito being the capital of Ecuador.
Yes, and I love when they have these like epiphyllous structures off them. I'm like a sucker for like things that have things growing off their leaves.
Yeah, and it suffers the same diseases and pests as any other thing in that tomato family.
Yeah. That to me, whenever I brought anything tomato, potato indoors, it was like, forget it. It brought in every insect under the sun. But this is just like a really nice mix that you have here, but you're going to need to bring these back in pretty soon.
Yeah, most of them will have to come back inside. I will, of course, save all of the house plants, but I do pick and choose who lives and dies in some of these more landscapes, so I don't need all these cannas. So I'll have to euthanize some or give some away, whatever it may be.
You're playing God here.
I have to play God here.
Yeah.
The dahlias, if I like the variety, I'll keep it, but I only have so much storage space, so
That's true. Yeah, you have
what do I want to keep?
You have to decide. Well, thank you so much for this tour. I mean, I know we've only gotten to scratch the surface here.
Yeah.
But very cool to have seen it. Weather somewhat cooperated for us today, so couldn't see it all, but saw enough.
Definitely.
Don't forget to check out my latest book, How to Make a Plant Love You. Cultivate green space in your home and heart. Available in bookstores and online worldwide. And if you're looking for more tactical plant care, including the 300 Houseplant Care spreadsheet, then you could turn to the Houseplant Masterclass, which is the first online audiovisual course on houseplant cultivation, care, maintenance, and more at houseplantmasterclass.com.